he used to hold his head and he'd say, just make it stop, just make it stop. I felt guilty because I didn't believe him.
In the corner of Dawn Turner's living room, there are bags and boxes filled with what remains of her youngest son's life. Football shirts and old photos, belongings that were gathered up from the place where he was staying. She knows she must sort through them, but for now she can't bear to.
It's the worst pain imaginable. Losing a child, you don't expect for them to go before you. And we did try hard. And he's been suffering since he left the army, since 2015.
Robert's military service included 2 tours of Afghanistan. His life after the army, though, was a terrible struggle. His marriage broke down and he lost his job. There followed periods of homelessness, substance misuse, and several attempts at suicide. He did seek help for his problems at the NHS and military charities.
He just felt like he'd been let down by everybody. We had to call the police. He went missing. He was on the bridge. He threatened to throw himself off. He'd had enough. And still then, it was like, bring him home, patch him up, take him to the GP. Here's your medication, here's your sticky plaster. And nothing was out there.
Robert was an artilleryman, so his duties included using weapons like these field guns. His mother now believes that his problems stemmed from the damage done to his brain by repeated exposure to the pressure waves produced when these guns fire, known as blast-related mild traumatic brain injury.
He had severe headaches, and he had them that bad. He used to hold his head and he'd say, just make it stop, just make it stop. And I thought he was on about the images, the flashbacks, and it wasn't. He was in physical pain. And he used to say to me, you're not listening. Nobody's listening to me. It's not mental, it's physical. And it's only after the event that I found out about this traumatic brain injury, and everything fits in. The fatigue, the mood swings, change in personality. It's so blatantly obvious now.
When Robert's problems started, Dawn was inspired to found her own veterans charity. She won awards for the work she did helping others in their return to civilian life.
You just left with all the ifs and buts. I mean, if I found out, if it was traumatic brain injury, we could have done something. I felt guilty because I didn't believe him, because I thought it was his mental health and you can't show weakness and all that sort of stuff. And I just wish I listened, because of all my experience and running a veterans mental health charity, I see it day in, day out, and we've saved so many lives and put families together. But I couldn't save my own son.
In her grief and her sense of guilt, Dawn is also angry at what she sees as a betrayal of the legal obligation that public bodies have to treat veterans fairly, given the sacrifices that they've made.
You put something down like the Armed Forces Covenant, and it's great on paper and everybody's getting excited, and now it's been made a legal document. Brilliant, we're going to get priority in housing, in health, in education. But in reality, no, because the system's broke and they can't deliver it. So it's false promises. It's false promises all the way through. He may have not died over in Afghan, but he still died for his country. The country that failed him and failed so many others. And it needs to stop, and it needs to stop now.
Years have passed now since the end of the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, but their consequences are still being felt, and in some cases only now being discovered.
Oh, it's just so difficult to watch. That mother, you know. What has the MOD said about this report?
Sent us a statement this evening, Mary, in which they expressed their condolences to Dawn and the rest of Robert's family. They say they can't comment on individual cases, but they want to make sure that no veteran falls through the cracks, as they put it. It goes on, they say they've invested more than £25 million into mental health services, say they've taken decisive action to address concerns about fragmented support services through a new £50 million Valour programme, which is based on improving veterans' access to essential care. They've also reminded us of the Prime Minister's pledge to provide housing for heroes. But I think, well, we saw there with Robert's family, they'll tell you that that's a pledge that the Prime Minister is yet to deliver on. As regards what was wrong with Robert, well, now that he's dead, we will never know for sure whether he did indeed suffer a blast-related traumatic brain injury, though all the symptoms were certainly there. But the MOD admitted to us the last time we looked at this issue, some 6 weeks ago, that there could be thousands of veterans living with blast-related TBI. And let's not forget, as we saw tonight, all of their families who are living with the consequences too.
Yeah, terrible. Geraint Vincent, thank you. Well, if you've been affected by the issues discussed in Geraint's report, you can contact Samaritans for help and support on their 24-hour helpline. That's 116 123.